So earlier this week, Overwatch 2 finally launched, and it's been a bag of controversy. From Overwatch 1 being killed off, to server launch issues, to the new battle pass model, it feels like this game can't get a single W at all. So like many, I was excited for Overwatch 2. I played a lot of the original when it came out from 2016 to 2018. It's pretty much all I ever played. So when the announcement of Overwatch 2 got announced, I was like, oh, okay, you know, that's pretty interesting. I'll keep my eyes on it and, you know, see how it develops. And then as we got closer and closer and closer to release, it became pretty apparent that it was Overwatch 1.1 and that the 2 was just a marketing name, and it really didn't have any purpose being attached to it because the PvE part's not even out yet. So for the selling point that it was supposed to be, which is a new PvE mode, a whole brand new experience, you don't even get the full package yet. It's not even out. You only get the multiplayer for now. So I joined everybody else on the fun. I wanted to be in the queue party waiting to get into the servers like everybody else. And it was pretty boring. I'm not gonna lie. I streamed it live, twitch.tv/thisiswasabi. Come on by. I would love to see you there. And once I finally got in, it took me like, 20 minutes? And then I got kicked out and then I got back in again. And when I finally did, I remember why I quit Overwatch after a while. Playing with random people is not that hot, bro. Why am I a fucking healer every goddamn time? I played healer 3 fucking times now. Holy shit. I'm so fucking tired of this. This is so fucking terrible. Hello, gamers. How are y'all doing?
4, 3, 2, 1. Attackers incoming. Defend objective A.
There we go. That helped out. Camera delays and pneumatic. Yeah. Oh, well, that's cool. What's this do? Wow. A member of your team has left the match. If you exit the match in the next, you will receive a loss. What the fuck? Wow. Okay. Now, honestly, after playing it for a while, it's Overwatch. There's not really that much of a difference. Yes, going from 6 heroes to 5 heroes is a substantial change. I'm not going to deny that. I disagree with some of the hero reworkings just because my main was altered and pretty much nerfed. So that hurts me in the heart. The one character I enjoyed playing has now been nerfed, and I don't want to, invest time into some other characters, but it is what it is. Regardless, the game pretty much just feels like Overwatch. There's not really a substantial change to it that makes you go, wow, this is... whew, boy, God, this is mind-blowingly different. This is so crazy. It looks great. I can't believe that I was playing Overwatch 1 for so long. Personally, I would just be fine playing Overwatch 1 again. I'm not going to lie. Overwatch 2 isn't a big enough change for me to be like, shit, I can't go back to 1 now. To be honest, some people would rather go back to 1 instead of playing 2. But again, that comes down to personal preference. I do think that the hero balance, the shield fest, the shield party was a little bit stale and kind of old. Now, despite the server issues and the things that were going on with that at launch, there were bigger issues at hand that were making people wonder why Blizzard decided to do what they did. The first one being having a phone number tied to your account. If you already own Overwatch 1 in the past, now you need to have a phone number tied to your account or else you can't play online. People were furious. People were upset. And rightly so. You paid for your game. It was never a mandatory requirement, and the game that you originally bought has now been replaced by something that's out of your control, out of your choice, and now it's telling you that you need a phone number tied to your account or you can't even play online. But luckily, Blizzard was quick to act, and they say, all right, you know what? You caught us. We fucked up. We're going to remove that requirement for old accounts, but new accounts going forward, you need a phone number tied to your account or else you're not going to be able to get in. And I guess for what it's worth, it's a nice compromise. They don't fully remove it, but on the other hand, I get why they do it because it's supposed to stop Smurf accounts and I guess hackers and cheaters. But whether or not it's an effective method, I personally can't say. But on the other hand, I can see why they're doing it. Now for the next issue, I believe that this is extremely important for the longevity of the game, which is the battle pass itself. How are you going to keep people coming to play? What are they rewarded with? Because in the original Overwatch, you got loot boxes. You pretty much earn them. You could play like certain game modes and you'd be rewarded them. And every time you leveled up, you got loot boxes. And that was cool. It was pretty much your incentive to keep playing the game because you wanted to get a new skin or get lucky and hopefully you got a new skin. It was a pretty decent model. It wasn't the greatest, but let's be honest, loot boxes wasn't going anywhere, so they needed something to keep people spending money on the game, and that was what they came up with. So the battle pass is pretty generic. It pretty much copies the formula that other free-to-play games have done. but in my opinion, it hasn't done it that great or even well, to be honest. So pretty much these are all a single tier 3, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, etc. And it goes all the way up to 80. And the biggest issue people have with this is you don't really get anything valuable out of this pass, to be honest. And the biggest problem is for even battle pass holders and free to play players, there's no real way to earn, the currency to either buy a new battle pass or any real currency at all. This entire battle pass here that you see is just skins. It's just skins, voice notes, voice lines, pretty much everything you got when you were getting loot boxes in the original game. And these rewards are not really that great. So you can buy it for 1,000 points, 1,000 credits, or you can spend 2,200 and get plus 20 bonus tiers. So it costs $20 to get 2,200 coins, and then it costs $10 for 1,000 coins. Yeah, the scaling is pretty much every 500 is $5. That's pretty much what it is, and then you get extra bonus depending on how much money you want to spend. So when you buy the battle pass, it says you'll get all premium battle pass rewards, plus 20 XP all season, heroes, 1 hero, 9 skins, 4 emotes, 5 souvenirs, 5 weapon charms, victory poses, voice lines, sprays, highlight, etc. Pretty much shit that nobody would really want to pay money to actually unlock. I'm just going to be honest. Like, the skins are a nice selling point, but I don't think it's enough to gravitate people to want to buy a battle pass for $10. Unless you're an extremely diehard fan and you're willing to grind out the time to unlock all the skins in the game. I don't think it's worth it in my personal opinion, especially if you were previously an Overwatch 1 player. And I think that's where the issue stems from. Is if you're someone who played Overwatch 1, this looks like a slap in the face. You can't justify it in any way, shape, or form, especially when you're used to the original model. Also, I just want to share this. I came across this while I was editing the video. So a user on the Overwatch subreddit made a post asking, why is this skin $19? Because if you look at it, pretty much the same fucking skin, except it's just a jacket. There's really not that many things that are different. So you're essentially paying $19 for a jacket, headphones, and yeah, it's kind of bonkers when you think about it. And it ultimately just shows you how lazy they are and how they just want your money and nothing else. They're not really going to put in the effort to make that $19-20 worth it for what you get in return. Honestly, at its core, I think Overwatch 2 is still the same. It doesn't really feel different. I don't think it even really justifies a 2 right beside the name. Kind of a joke at this point. At this point in time, I don't know if Overwatch 2 is going to have a lasting longevity to its life. When it first released years ago, it was like lightning in a bottle. It was like at the right time, right place. There wasn't as many good free-to-play games out there that value your time or at least try and give you incentives to stay on the game. Now you got Destiny 2, Apex Legends, you got Fortnite, you got PUBG, you got Call of Duty Warzone. You got all these different free-to-play games that are all trying to take your time and give you incentives to stay on their game and nobody else's. And so then you got to ask yourself, why do I want to play Overwatch 2? What reason do I have to go on to it? Yes, the gameplay is great. You can always go back to that, but that's not incentives for you to stay on the game, which is what developers want. They want you to stay on their game. They don't want you playing the other ones. And so then it leads to the question of what keeps me staying? What makes me want to keep playing? And to be honest, there's nothing. Unless I want the thrill of being a sweaty, try-hard player and competitive, playing ranked all the time, and really not getting much rewards from that, I don't think there's much for me to want to come back to it. I'd rather invest my time on other games. I don't have the drive or urge to want to buy the battle pass because nothing looks incentive and I don't feel like it's worth my money. But at the moment, I think it's a little bit too early to tell if Overwatch 2 is going to last or if it's going to die. Personally, I don't think it's ever going to die, but I don't think it's going to have the worldwide phenomenon long standing that it's had in the past. I think it's going to be one of those games that you might boot up to play with your friends every couple months when a new event drops. But besides that, it's not really going to hop on there. I do understand that there's not really a lot of games that match the gameplay loop, and so there's that to at least consider. But at the same time, I don't think the entire package that Overwatch 2 currently offers is enough to get people to gravitate towards their game and invest a lot of their time into that and only that. Now, personally for me, I'm excited for the PvE mode. I really hope it's good. That's something I've actually been genuinely interested in to see what they can do with a story because I feel like there's a lot of potential with it. But again, only time will tell. Anyways, if you've made this far to the video, consider giving it a like and subscribing. Let me know in the comments below, what do you think of Overwatch 2? Are you playing it? Did you drop it already? Do you think it's going to last or do you think it's going to die? Let me know. I'm curious. Anyways, so all I have for you. Have a great day. Yeah.